guys, welcome back to Callie and Beans Books. I'm Brittany and this is my monthly book corner. So I'm gonna do things a little bit different this time around, starting with the new year, new book corner layout, I guess you can call it. So I'm gonna start with my haul and then go into what I've read this month, and I might throw in a little bit of a TBR in there too. You guys know how much I stick to that though. And then probably end it with what I've been up to lately, a little life update before heading out of here. So without further ado, my book haul. I took a little trip to Half Price Books the last weekend of December and picked up a couple. So I grabbed The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I really love the hardcover, but beggars can't be choosers when getting from half price. So I got the paperback and I absolutely love this story. In that same trip, I actually was able to get The Night Circus by Erin Morganstern. I'm excited to read this. And as I was perusing the shelves, I came across For Better and Worse by Margot Hunt. And it's the book of the month edition. That's actually what caught my eye in half price, was a little icon. Next, I went on Amazon. Couldn't find Strange the Dreamer at either half price books by me, so I decided to just check it out on Amazon, and they were having a sale as well. So I was able to pick both hardcovers up, basically for a little bit more than the price of one from Barnes & Noble. So I was like, perfect. So I got Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares by Lani Taylor. Strange the Dreamer is actually our January book of the month for Serpent and Badger book club. So I'll be reading this pretty much now. I should be reading this. So I went to Barnes & Noble just to kind of peek around. And I've been slowly getting the paperbacks of the Lunar Chronicles, and they had winter for half off. So I got it. So I'm really happy. Probably be able to start these sooner rather than later now, just because I wanted at least the original series before doing the Stars Above and the Fairest. I have it. Yay. Same trip, I picked up Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha and Ngan, also half off. So again, I got two books for the price of one, and I was very proud of myself. And then I got together with Allison and Sarah. What we do best, we go to Half Price Books and Barnes & Noble. So with that, I picked up Kristin Hannah's The Nightingale. I've heard some really good things about this. Picked it up from Half Price Books, so I figured I would give it a shot, and I'm really excited about it. And then I really enjoyed The Hazelwood, so I made sure to get myself a copy of The Night Country by Melissa Albert. This is very high on my TBR for the next couple of weeks. And of course, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I listened to the audiobook, but I need a physical copy on my shelf, so I picked up the paperback as well. And of course, I vlogged while we were out and about shopping, so here's that footage. Hey guys, so I'm with Callie and Sarah, and of course, what do when we get all together on filming days? We decide we're gonna go to Half Price Books and Barnes & Noble and get lunch, and today we shipped off our guys, and we're gonna have a girls' night. So it's gonna be a great old time, and I'm really excited, and I'm taking you guys with me. Woo! Yay! We have arrived to the Barnes & Noble because, again, we have no self-control when we're together. Yeet! What's on your list today?
For here, probably just, if there's still the 50% going off, the miniature versions of Throne of Glass, because it's my favorite.
It is her favorite. And Bean, do you have anything on your list? Or are you trying to refrain?
Coffee.
Coffee. That's true.
Coffee.
Coffee first. So we're gonna go get coffee. Well, we just left Barnes & Noble. Spent more money than I should have, as is always. But I stuck to my list. I got The Night Country and Harry Potter 4. So, we're good. Now we're off to Portillo's for lunch, and then heading home to do more filming. Yay! So I also had a book outlet order for the month of December into January, and I kind of did a little unboxing for that. So here's that footage. So I decided to order off of Book Outlet for Christmas for myself, and they had their Boxing Day sale going on, so I decided to indulge myself. I got it yesterday, and I ordered it on the 27th of December. So it was a kind of a long wait, but I figured, you know, it's not that big of a deal. A large amount of orders and things like that caused the delays. It's whatever. However, I was not anticipating 2 books to be damaged. So when I was opening it yesterday, I was really excited to get The Wicked Deep by Shea Ernshaw. However, I don't know if you can tell, I taped the cover because there's a nice rip right here. So instead of throwing a fit, just because like I don't want to wait another 2 weeks for more books, I decided to tape it. It's not that big of a deal. It's still readable. It's still going to be a nice addition to my shelf. The spine is really pretty. It's a really beautiful cover, and the tape doesn't take away from it at all. So I'm just going to kind of chalk it up as a loss, but still read the book. I'm still excited about it. The next book I got was from the duo author Christina Lauren. I was really excited that there were a couple of options for me to grab them off of Book Outlet. However, the cover for My Favorite Half Night Stand is also like ripped or like scratched. I also got Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I really like this cover. I think it's very cute. So I'm looking forward to just diving into this. I will probably do either a smut-a-thon or a romance-a-thon for the month of February to celebrate Valentine's Day. So I'm kind of gearing up for that and building my stack of adult romance books. So here we go with that. The next one I picked up was another Helena Hunting book, The Good Luck Charm. This one was sitting in my Book Outlet cart for a while. I could have gotten it a couple of different times, but there are other YA fantasies that I want to pick up first. But finally, I picked this one up. I have her Meet Cute as well. So I'm hoping to read either that one or this one next month. Next, another adult romance that I've had my eye on that Book Outlet finally had back in stock was Intercepted by Alexa Martin. If you have been following our channel for a while, you know that I'm a huge sports fan, especially football. So this takes place in the world of football and the NFL. So I'm excited to dive into this. There's a couple of books in this series. I'm not sure if it's just similar storylines or if all of them interweave, but there is a couple of different books that kind of go along with this series by Alexa Martin that I'm hoping to pick up here shortly. A contemporary I picked up is In Some Other Life by Jessica Brody. I just read The Chaos of Standing Still by her in December and really enjoyed the writing style. At first I was like, meh. I was a little hesitant, but at the end I was like, okay, I really want to give her another shot, read another one of her books. Kind of excited to read this book as well. The last contemporary I picked up, Save the Date by Morgan Matson, and I've had my eye on this book for a while too. Couldn't beat the price, so I picked it up and I lucked out with a signed copy. So now kind of going back into YA fantasy, I'm really excited, mostly because Callison loves this book and she's diving into the sequel, A Curse of Dark and Lonely. And this will probably be high on my TBR shelf here shortly. A couple of books that I need to finish up for January and then diving into romance for February. So this might get pushed to March, but maybe I will pick it up sooner rather than later. Next, I picked up Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I've heard really good things about this book, and it was one of those titles that was a very nice surprise seeing on Book Outlet, so I wanted to pick this up. I'm hoping to read this soon because I just heard so many great things about it in 2019, but I don't know when I'll get to it. The last 2 books I picked up from Book Outlet, it's a duology. I actually found the sequel first, but then I lucked out and was able to get the first one as well, and that is Wicked Like a Wildfire and Fierce Like a Firestorm. By Lana Popovic. The descriptions on Goodreads kind of make it similar writing styles to Holly Black, and I really, really enjoy Holly Black's writing style, so I was hoping to pick up another very similar type of story. I'm excited to read these. I'm probably going to read these in spring just because these covers are beautiful and remind me of the spring, summertime. So that's probably when I'll read these, but I'm really looking forward to them just because it seemed like a good duology. So this is full of my Book Outlet order, and total I got 11 books. 2 were damaged, but that's okay. 1 was signed, and I'm hoping to find room for them on my shelf without having to purchase another one. And the rest of my haul was from either Half Price Books or Barnes & Noble. So this month I read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Of course, this was the December book for our Serpent and Badger book club. So that video will be linked below. It is a little bit of a longer one. We could dove deep into this book. We did a little bit different reaction versus the other ones that we've done in the past, but I will link that video below if you want to hear our thoughts on The Seven Husbands. Next, I dove back into Fairyland with The Wicked King by Holly Black. Oh my god, guys, this book was amazing. It was a little slow in the beginning, setting up a lot of the politics of what's going on with Jude and Carden, and then so many betrayals. There's a romance in there, but I don't know what's happening with that. It was crazy. I absolutely loved it. At first, I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did The Cruel Prince, but after that turning point, and I want to say about 100 pages in, I was like, okay, this is it. I'm hooked. I needed all of the answers, and I will be hopefully getting to the Queen of Nothing soon, but I will talk about that, my TBR, a little bit later. I did give The Wicked King a 4 out of 5. Next up, I read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. I, of course, loved it. It was Harry Potter. There's very few parts of the series that I dislike. This one is up there on my favorites. Rereading the series, I'm kind of seeing different aspects of what I'm considering my favorite parts. Overall, I, of course, give this a 5 out of 5, and I won't dive into too much on Harry Potter. We did our reread and rewatch of the movie reaction video. I believe that comes out a little bit later this month, so keep an eye out for that. So my current read is Strange the Dreamer by Lani Taylor. This is the Serpent and Badger book club book of the month for January. So if you're following along with our book club, be sure to pick up a copy of your own. I'm currently going back and forth between listening to the audiobook and reading it the physical copy, just because with traveling to and from work and how thick it is, I just want to kind of get as much done as possible. So that's kind of why I'm listening and reading it as well. So far, I'm enjoying it. I like the world building aspect. It's very immersive. Callison mentioned that to me after she finished it. So far, I've really enjoyed it, though. There's a lot of quotable lines in here so far, and I've really enjoyed it. I will keep you all posted, and be sure to follow along with us. So for my TBR going forward in the next couple of weeks, I'm actually excited to be doing a month-long romance-a-thon for the month of February. I don't have all the details yet. I created a list of prompts with the help of Sarah and Callison, and so I'm putting together the TBR for those prompts and collecting the books and getting ready for that. I'll have an official announcement video in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that, so you'll get the whole list of prompts and what I'm reading if you want to follow along with me. So I'm getting married, as you guys know, in about 6 months, really focusing on planning, and I realize that that's going to be taking a lot of my reading time away from me, finishing up guest lists, finishing up our website. I've got so many little things to do, and I didn't realize how stressful that was going to be. So that's kind of what I'm working on as well, outside of BookTube and Bookstagram and the book world. I'm reading when I can, so I might actually end up changing my reading challenge. 75 books this year is probably not realistic. I'm probably going to shoot for more like 55. So there's that update. And then I've also been working on some cross-stitching for one of my coworkers and close friends. She's a Gryffindor, so I made her this. I still have to frame it and clean it up a little bit, but I've been working on these, and there's one for each house. So I'm excited to make each of the houses for myself. I'm going to actually hang them up on my wall. I'm very excited. And I finally finished this beast that I've been working on since April of last year. I've been avoiding it because it's been such a pain in my butt, but I finally got it done, and I'm very happy that it's finally finished. Alright guys, so that's all I have for my book corner for the month of January. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and hit that little bell icon to be notified when we post new videos. We post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and then be sure to follow us on Instagram. Our joint and individual handles will be linked below, as well as our Goodreads account. Also, be sure to join our Serpent and Badger book club. That link for Goodreads will also be in the description. So until next time, guys, bye!